Everybody, welcome back. It's Mo again. Well, in this lecture, we're going to do is set up a time server, NTP, Network Time Protocol, which is based on port 123. Go to every device on my network, routers, switches, firewalls, and do a clock set. I want to have an actual time server. So watch this. When I do show clock, remember the show is from privilege mode. If I'm in a different mode, I use the do command. See, the time is not perfect. So what I want to do is I want to grab myself a server. Watch this. I go to end devices and grab one server right over here and hook it up to my actual network. All right, watch this. Port 5. And let me give this an actual IP address. Let's say this one is 100.100. And what is my default gateway? The IP address of the router, which is 100.254. And I'll use Google for DNS, which is for name resolution. If I don't have a default gateway, I cannot connect to the outside world. If I don't have DNS, I have to know the IP address of every single site or name to reach it by number. So DNS resolves names to their corresponding IP addresses. So what I want to do is if I go to services, I have a lot of services here. I want to focus on NTP and it's actually on. So if I say off and there you go, it's actually on as you see in the list over here. I like to disable other services so they don't actually conflict, especially with, with virtualization, with the actual simulation packet tracer. Let's see, anything else is on, off. NTP is only one that I actually want. All right, FTP is off. Everything looks off over here. So let me go ahead and close this out because NTP is actually running right now. And this is the right time right now, as you see. So I'm going to go to my router. This IP address is what? 100.100. So if I go to the router and go to my CLI and do show clock, I see nothing, right? Show clock, and I put a question mark and so detail tells me it's coming from a calendar, which means it's set up manually. All right. It's set up manually. If I do show NTP status, NTP is not enabled, which means I'm not using a time server. Show NTP association. See that? I'm not seeing anything at all. Why? Because I don't have an NTP server. All right. So NTP server is not set at the moment. Now, when it comes up to NTP, they go on different stratum levels, like stratum 0, 1, and higher. And I'll show you that in a moment. But for now, I want to do config T and I'm going to ask for help. Do I see from global configuration mode the NTP command? Yes, I do. NTP. Okay, NTP space question mark. And I could say, who's my actual server? And I'm going to type server over here, question mark, and put the IP address of the server, which is 100.100. Space question mark. I don't have to do anything. And I'm going to press enter. You see that? So now I have an NTP server show NTP status. It tells me it's not synced, and stratum is 16. That means it's unreachable. There's 0, which is government. Then it goes to number 1, which is like Windows time server. You could say Apple's time server, Google's time server. Those are like level 1. 0 is government. I'm going to configure my actual own. So if I do show NTP association, could see who's my NTP server, and I can see the stratum level itself because I'm setting up my own itself, which means it's trusted. The higher not trusted, the lower, the actually better. If I do show clock, I still don't see it. So I'm going to save my configuration, reload, all right, and press enter. And let's see what's going to happen when it actually comes up. Give it a few seconds. It's almost there. All right, let's see. And let me put the password and do show clock over here. And still, it's not set. So what I'm going to do, see, it's still amber. Let me fast forward and let me try again. I just have to give it 32 seconds. Still not there. So what I want to do is I want to go to my time server. Let's say, you know what, off, then on. All right. And try this again and see what actually works out for me over here. There you go. I just had to reset it. So I do have the right date and time. As you see, if I do show NTP status, it tells me it's synced. Stratum level 2. Everything looks perfect. Who's my reference? 100.100. If I hit the up arrow a few times, I don't see the other ones. Show NTP. association, and I could see that I'm syncing with 100.100, and this is the stratum level. So now I have this server as a time server. I could specify which time server I want to use. So the date, the time syncs on my network devices on my network, such as routers, switches, firewalls. So I don't have to go to one at a time and do the clock set, right? That's what I wanted to show you in this lecture. And we'll see you folks in our next lecture. Bye now.